Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hello and welcome to another fan live stream for this time it is Louisville City traveling to Rhode Island to take on Rhode Island FC, a formidable opponent for them, finally getting their first win against them this year back on June 11th at Lynn Family Stadium. And with that, I say hello. I am Jesse, aka the Professor, as I've come to be called. But we're we got a weather delay, so I'm gonna turn that mic up a little bit for you. We got a weather delay though, so now we are kind of in a pickle. Uh, so I figured, hey, there's still a game that's gonna be played, and that is Orange County SC traveling to take on Detroit City. They are playing in Beirne Stadium, and I have nothing prepared for that, but you know what? The show goes on. So let me just get some quick stats pulled up about these teams. Let's start with the standings. I believe, if I remember correctly, Detroit is currently in the playoffs. They are currently sitting 6th place on 29 points, tied with Hartford Athletic. However, Hartford Athletic has them on goal differential. And looking at Orange County, they find themselves in 7th place out in the West, currently on 28 points, sandwiched between San Antonio FC and New Mexico United. Let's take a look at those starting lineups. If I butcher names, you know what? Sorry. So it looks like it'll zero clue on formations or anything, but I do have the broadcast going for me now, so I'll be able to tell you that here in a moment. But for Detroit City, it is Carlos Saldani. He is wearing the captain's armband. Uh, Devin Amumensa, he starts on that back line along with Stephen Carroll, Michael Bryant, and Kobe Hernandez Foster. Alex Villanueva's in the lineup for them, along with Haruki Yamazaki, Jessiel, Cedeno, I believe it's Cedeno. He's in the lineup along with Brian Williams, Atis Defo, and Darren Smith. That is the Detroit City lineup. They come into this one, what was it, 7? Oh, I just had it a second ago. They come into this one 7, 7, and 8. 7 wins, 7 draws, or 7 losses and 8 draws. For Orange County, they come into this one 8 wins, 8 losses, 4 draws. So it's kind of flip-flopping each other. Their lineup features Colin Shuttler along with Nikolai Siata, Vuk Latavanic, Ashton Mills, Nico Belanzar, Christopher Hagart, Stephen Kelly, Amu Mensa Ciel. I should remember that one. I believe it's Ciala. Think it might be Ciala. We're going with Ciala. I'll find out here momentarily. Gavin Karam also in that lineup along with Ethan Zubak and Mohamedou War. Danny Stone is the coach of the Orange County Soccer Club. They do have a star on their crest. They won the, 2020 against Tampa Bay Rowdies. And remember, that one was one of the many years in which it was Tampa Bay Rowdies versus Louisville City in the Eastern Conference Final. However, obviously Tampa Bay took that one, but fell to Orange County. For Detroit, they have a new stadium coming. That's cool. Don't really have too much else to say. Haven't made deep playoff runs. They've had a few Eastern Conference semifinals, but never the conference final games since joining the league. We can talk about U of L knocking off James Madison yesterday. Kind of was pulling for the Dukes there for a little bit. Looked like they were gonna pull off the upset. Also have right now I have the Kentucky game pulled up as well. They're losing to Ole Miss. But real quick, I need some water. I'm gonna go get some water before this game kicks off, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back, and I can now say 4-4-2 formations for both teams. As gonna go ahead got their stats page pulled up for this one. Gonna go ahead hop over there. This is probably gonna be not as good as the Rhode Island one will be, but kickoff is underway. Detroit City starts with the ball. They are playing on Paramount Plus today, not ESPN Plus. So I'll definitely have to keep a watch out on that. Get back over in time for the start of the Louisville City matches. We can talk about that one too. I'll just kind of keep this page pulled up. But yeah, for both teams actually sees two players, or well, three players total, but two for Rhode Island, one for Louisville City. We'll start with Rhode Island FC. They have Joe J. Quazera out on international duty for Rwanda as they look to qualify for the World Cup in the U.S. next year. And they also have the man on loan, from Nashville SC, and Matthew Corcoran, as he, I believe, is on U18, U20 U.S. duty. But still, anytime you get called up to the national team, it's a good thing. That's it. Looks like Ole Miss is about to wrap up a win at Kroger Field against the Wildcats of Kentucky, as Detroit, with a corner kick, sent in. No Matthew Sheldon, at least in the starting lineup. Disappoints me. I'm big Matthew Sheldon fan. He is on the bench. As still on the attack, it's Detroit. Looks like Villanueva. Orange County takes it, though. Breaking. Zubac. Gives it. Mm. And, good chance here. Looks like got a hand to the face on that one. That looks like Darren Smith, correct? Uh-oh. Yes, Darren Smith, that is. Looks like he's holding at his shoulder. Not even too much in that. Just a little hand fighting and then goes down holding his shoulder. Hopefully nothing too major for him. So yeah, let's talk the game that we actually are here for. Rhode Island FC host Louisville City FC. 2 stars above Louisville City's crest. On their path for a third one last year, was cut short by Rhode Island FC, the only team that beat them at home in last year's regular season and postseason, beating them combined. What was it? 5-2 was the home game, and then 3-0 was the playoff game. As it sees, it honestly, though, it's only their second year in the league. They were the only team yet that Louisville City was yet to beat. However, that changed earlier with a 2-1 win on June 11th, thanks to the boys in purple. Goals in that game, those were scored. I believe it was Phil, who kind of iffy on if he'll be back this year. Seems like he might be out for a little bit. And we also see Damien out as well. Northern Guard is the supporters group. Alrighty, I guess I can go ahead and start back up again. A little bit unclear. Looks like kickoff has either been moved to 7:32, so about 10 minutes from now, or it has been moved. Oh, Sean St. Jacques and Gary Bailey on the call. All right, cool. But it looks like kickoff has either been moved to 7:32, so about 10 minutes from now, or 7:56. I saw both of those times, waiting to find out which is true. But right now on the broadcast, they do have both teams warming up, so it looks like they're doing more behind the scenes stuff right now. But it's gonna be a wet one in Pawtucket. I can tell you that much. So yeah, with all that, hello and welcome. Even though we've been going for a little bit now, just waiting. Talked a little bit about some other games going on, such as Detroit City and Orange County, as Darren Smith fired them into the lead in the 12th minute. Oh, and now a penalty kick scored by Ethan Zubak in the 16th minute of that game, as it does look like that game has been moved to 7:56 kickoff time, which sucks, because now that means we got about 40 minutes till kickoff. But hey, we're here. We're going to have some fun. I am Jesse Villanova, a.k.a. The Professor. I've gained that nickname over the years, a.k.a. like last year. But, yeah, it's going to be a fun game regardless. It's going to be a wet and wild one. Boys Gone Wild, or whatever you want to call it. It's Rhode Island. It's Louisville City FC. When these two get together, it is normally something pretty good. And I'm gonna turn that down. Actually, I'm gonna just gonna take that over for now. Ooh, sorry about that. Still trying to get audio issues taken care of. Seems like I'm gonna have that issue, but we have a beautiful stadium, honestly, in Pawtucket. It's Centerville Bank Stadium, I believe. When doing my research, it was 1.3, or was it 130? I think it was 130 million. Centerville Bank Stadium. Oh, okay. Sorry, my research was wrong. It looks like it was a 80. Hold on. Jumping project cost. Looks like somewhere between 59 to 126 million dollars, which is a very big jump, but you can only get so much from Wikipedia. Looking though at these teams, it is a team of polar opposites. Louisville City is a team who's already clinched the playoffs, now just going for a chance to host a playoff game, as they, with a win, will clinch top 4. If they lose or draw, it's a whole bunch of other things that could happen, or that would need to happen in order for them to clinch it tonight. I'm not going to go into all that, but Hartford, as a team on the outside looking in, currently find themselves in 9th place with 24 points behind the Indy 11, the team that we beat last week, in order to clinch the playoffs. As teams still warming up, let's talk a little bit about Rhode Island FC. They have 2 players on international duty. First, it's Jojea Quazera. He's been a pretty good player for them, honestly, if I'm remembering correctly, which is kind of easy right now. They have not had a good season based off last year. He has 1 assist and 20 appearances, 3 yellow cards, and a red card, so he won't be needed today. And they also have the man that they have in on loan from Nashville, and Matthew Corcoran. He's had, I think, maybe an assist. No, just 2 yellow cards. But he is on youth international duty, playing with, I want to say, the U20 national team, men's national team for the U.S. And for Louisville City, it is the man on loan from Real Salt Lake, Kayvon Lambert. He is with Jamaica. And did he play yesterday? Let's have a look. Jamaica. He. Let's see. Here. And then. Okay, so he was an unused sub yesterday. Still, a 4-0 win is always good, especially whenever you are trying to qualify, as it does look like they will be in the World Cup. And I always like to see the Jamaican national team make the World Cup. It's a good team, always have good jerseys. But let's just take a quick look at the starting lineup. Let's see. First for Rhode Island FC. Looks like they have gone with a 5-3-2 formation with Aldair Sanchez on the left, Hugo Baccara, Karifa Yao, and Ami Mbake, who I can tell you from personal experience is a very tall human being. That is the back line, along with Clay Holstead, who hopefully won't do what he did last year against us and have a screamer from like 30 yards out. That, I believe that actually won goal of the week for him then. In the middle, Zach Harivo, Mark Ibarra, and Maxi Rodriguez. And then the 2 men up top is Amos Shapiro Thompson, and as I call him, the Louisville City Kryptonite. The man that I would love to see playing in purple. But that is, as actually they still are showing some of the stats from last year. J.J. Williams, just wanted to make sure. Okay, yeah, they aren't talking about anything. But he had 2 goals in that playoff game last year that saw, for the very first time, Louisville City not make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And switching to Louisville City, it is the man who won Save of the Week and is starting his 3rd consecutive game, Danny Fuentes, in goal. Still, Damian is out injured, so we see Ryan Troutman on the bench. I have found so many conflicting reports on what the formation is. I've seen everything from a 3-4-2-1 to a 5-4-2 or 5-4-1. I would like to imagine they're still going with the 3-4-3 like they normally do, but I don't know at this point. Honestly, we'll find out whenever the boys take the field. And yeah, okay. It's still listed as a 5-4-1. I'm going to call it a 5-4-1. But that sees Amadou Dia, Kyle Adams, Josh Jones, and he was Team of the Week last year, was Josh Jones. He was Team of the Week last week. And Aiden McFadden, the man who got goal of the week for his screamer against the 11, as Greg Rakeshaw put it perfectly. It only takes a moment of brilliance, and that could come at any point. And Aiden McFadden with a beautiful curler. And we also see Jansen Wilson, Taylor Davila, Niall McCabe, and Evan Davila. So double Davila to begin the game. Always love that. And back in the lineup for the first time since August 15th against back when he played for 15 minutes against New Mexico United. It is Adrian Perez as he makes his first start conveniently since playing Rhode Island at home on June 11th. Looking at the bench, it's goal scoring up and down the line. Jake Morris had those two beautiful goals against Lexington. Ray Serrano, who's been killer. Ombi, who's a walking goal machine, along with Cameron Lancaster. Isaac Cano, who I like him. I expect him to do a lot of positive things for Louisville City. Hayden Stamps and Brandon Days. And actually, interesting story while I'm thinking about it. Josh Jones, Kayvon Lambert, Hayden Stamps, and Brandon Days all helped out a woman after a car wreck. I saw that story today. I think it happened, though, like a few weeks ago. But still, an interesting story to hear. Looking at the bench, though, for Rhode Island, it's Dwayne Atkinson, Joseph Brito, Noah Fuson, Jackson Lee as the backup goalkeeper, Mateo Ndongo, Danny Rivera, and Grant Stoneman as their bench. They are under the guidance of Cano Smith, who might get himself sent off in this game. He's had that happen a few times this year, and he'll just go on the roof of the stadium, as I saw last time. Looking at the referees, Benjamin Meyer, he is the head official for this one. Jacob Little, Jake Broach, I want to say it's how it would be pronounced as Broach. Those are the line officials, AR1 and 2, respectively. And then Fernando Pina is the fourth official for this game, as that's about all that wrapped up. And so, yeah, a lot of insert title of the week for Louisville City this week as a man on Team of the Week who had the amazing long throw. Josh Jones, he got Team of the Week honors with that beautiful long throw to Sean Tosh's header. Danny Fwandes won Save of the Week for a beautiful save in that match, and Ada McFadden with his beautiful curler shot found the back of the net, as it looks like we might get going a little bit early as broadcast has started with all of their normal duties. We'll keep an eye on that. What am I expecting from this one, though? I'm hoping for something that's not a 0-0 draw like the last time these two met. And while I have a second, I'm going to go turn the light on so I'm not sitting in the dark here in about 10-15 minutes. Alright, so back now. Mic is still low. Alrighty, I'm going to turn that up a little bit. Let me know how that is, Greg. So yeah, what am I expecting from this one? Like I said, hopefully not a 0-0 draw again. That would be very much appreciated. Haven't gotten the chance to do one of these for a little bit, though. Last time was the Indy 11 match. Or not the Indy 11 match, the Miami FC match, which started out not looking too well. But then two crazy goals from Philip Goodrum saw the boys in purple jump out 2-1. And then the 2-2, that game was just full of great goals and weird goals. But nonetheless, they pulled out, what was it, a 4-2? 4-2 victory. Yeah. So, like I was talking about, Adrian Perez back in the lineup for Louisville City. 6 goals for him, as I need to do something real quick before we truly get started. Give me just 1 second. So got that squared away now. I don't know. My light turned off. Let me get that back to purple. There we go. Got it on purple. I know it doesn't look purple on camera, but I can see that it's purple, so it's good enough for me. If the mic's back to being low, just let me know. Looks like actually they're just pre-recording the intro for the game, but still about 13 minutes until kickoff. So just let's take a look at a few of the other games going on right now. Detroit City back now in front after taking the lead early on. Darren Smith had a goal in the 12th minute, and then Ethan Zubak had a goal in the 16th minute. A few yellow cards. Looks like Yamazaki, and Darren Smith also got himself booked for Detroit. And then looks like Defoe, that is Atis Defoe, he had himself a goal in the 31st minute, and that one was assisted by Darren Smith. And since then, just a yellow card on that's a hard name. Latanovic, I believe. Vuk Latavanovic. We're going to go with that. That is everything going on in that game right now. That was the 7 o'clock game. That one kicked off on Paramount Plus, the Golazo Network. Every other game looks like and then I know, I want to say it was it's one of these two. I think it's Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay is going to be on the Golazo Network. Either that or El Paso Locomotive and Loudoun United. The other games, though, going on are the Tampa Bay Rowdies taking on Sacramento Republic. That one at Al Lang. 0-0, 7 minutes into that one. Looking elsewhere at Pitbull Stadium or Pitbull Field, FIU Stadium, whatever they call it. That one 0-0. It's Miami versus Hartford. And then Patriots Point, Charleston Battery 0-0, tied with the Indy 11. So, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because I just want to know, worst comes to worst, what we need to happen. Let's see, that would be... Actually, let's take a look at this one real quick. Do we have any big player milestones for either team that could happen? No. We could. So, actually, hey, happy 200 to Amadou Dia. This will be appearance number 200 for him. Looking at that. And Albert Dequa is not in the lineup. I was going to say that he is sitting at 197. Let's see, what else? Frank Nodarce, you're not in the lineup. Coque Vegas, this is his 100th appearance, as he was also in the Team of the Week last week. And then minutes, nothing there. Arturo Ordonez not in the lineup, though he is getting close to 10,000 regular season minutes. Enzo Martinez, he's close to taking the all-time goals and assists, goal contribution record. Had that up here, actually. Where is the one about him? Yes, he is sitting on 131 goal contributions. One assist or goal will tie him with Dane Kelly at 132 goal contributions. Brian Ownby, if he comes in and scores a goal, it'll be his 40th career regular season goal. And that is all the ones for goals. Assist, if Ownby, I would love this one. If Ownby comes in and gets 4 assists, then that would make him cross the 50 regular season assist mark. And nothing with saves. If Koke Vegas gets a shutout here, it'll be his 28th. Discipline report. No one is at risk of suspension. So, yeah, let me get that race to the playoffs one pulled up real quick. Because right now we are the only team who has clinched the playoffs. Charleston, with a win, has the chance to also clinch the playoffs. No. Man, I cannot find it. Game of the week. Let's see. I wonder if Haji Berry's in the lineup for. Let's have a little look here. Ooh. Hartford. He is not. But Cameron Duke is in the lineup. Haji Berry is on the bench, as Cameron Duke is technically, I'll say quote unquote, a former Louisville City player signed earlier this year on a 25-day contract, the same contract he signed with Hartford Athletic. Just a short-term deal. Whenever I looked, it said he made an appearance, but I could not find an appearance anywhere. Whether that was, I want to say it was right before the Open Cup game against Loudoun, but I don't remember him being on the bench or even being on the bench for any game. I think it was more just training is all he was there for. So we close in. Got about 5 minutes till kickoff. Yeah, if you want to let me know what you are hoping for this game. Hopefully it's a lot of goals for Louisville City and none for Hartford, or none for Rhode Island. Heck, if Hartford doesn't score, I won't be mad either. Not a big Hartford guy. That's just me though. So yeah, looking at a few of the highlights that they're showing right now. Adrian Perez had an assist in that game against Rhode Island. He assisted a Aiden McFadden headed goal. I remember that one. Kyle Adams' own goal was quite the embarrassing one, but Ray Serrano found the back of the net and gave Louisville City the win. And that was June. Yes, June 11th was that one. And we have really not seen Adrian Perez since then. Like I said, first appearance since playing 15 minutes versus New Mexico. That was a 0-0 draw. Man, I have turned the audio up. I'm trying to keep it as loud as I can without yelling. How's that sound? An unbeaten August. It's been unbeaten most months for the boys in purple. Only loss was on the road versus North Carolina, and that was a 2-1 loss. And seems like every time we play North Carolina and Cary, it's a weird one. Whether it's that, what was it, 6-3 or 6-2 game, which I was like, I had the privilege to be at that one. Might have to go get me a little bit more water before we truly get going. I'm gonna sit that down there, actually. Yeah, I see that my brother keeps talking about the audio, but he's not answering the question of what he's wanting from this game. What are you wanting from the game? Other than the fact that you want Louisville City to win. You hoping to see, I don't know, Diaz score on his 200th appearance, or hoping to see Danny get another shutout? Hoping to see Tosh score another goal. Yes, always would love to see Tosh find the back of the net. A JJ red card, okay, alrighty. You know, he's already gotten one this year. Danny shot out, yeah. I would love to see a Danny shutout. JJ, though, red card. See, I've liked him since he was at Kentucky. I know he's like the Louisville City kryptonite. Every time we play him, he scores. I'm just hoping he doesn't score. That's what I'm going to say. If he gets a red card, you know, he's a bad boy. He deserves it. But hopefully it's a good, clean game. Would really appreciate a good, clean game, good, fair challenges. I'm probably going to see a lot of sliding around. Thank you. Definitely going to see a lot of people sliding around with the wet turf. People need to get grass fields, though. Grass is much better. Alrighty, we have the player walking out now. See, we are truly about to get started. And I can stop trying to stall like I've done for the past hour and 50 hour and minute. So, yep, 3-4-3. Okay, now I'm seeing it's a 3-4-3 formation. Only change is, okay, this just is weird. So it looks like it's going to be a 3-4-3 for Rhode Island. So Sanchez and Clay Holstead jumping up. And it looks like a 3-5-2 formation for Louisville City. Like I said, I don't know what's happening. But it looks like Dia and McFadden jumping up to the wing. And it's going to be Perez and Jansen up top. And then, so Jansen Wilson set to get us kicked off, potentially. Him and Evan talking something over. Maybe it's the opening play that's going to lead to a Louisville City goal straight off rip. Goes over one more time. Adrian joining the conversation. Oh, Maxie cut his hair. He looks different without his long hair. As Jansen gets us kicked off, and we are underway in Pawtucket. JJ gets a severe case. Can't play. Alrighty, well, play is underway. Danny played all the way back to Danny. Cleared up. Aiden takes a knock to the head. Ref needs to stop this one as it looked like two players were down. One for Rhode Island. That is Alder Sanchez down for Rhode Island. And Aiden down. So 35 seconds in, we already have 2 players down. And I really feel like this is more Baccarat's fault. He kind of tried to hold Aiden down, and Aiden said, "I'm jumping for this ball whether you want me to or not." Referee Benjamin Meyer has a conversation with Aiden. He definitely has to go off the pitch for now. So him and Sanchez exit. It'll be 10v10 for probably half a second. Play will restart. Both players will immediately be waved back on. It's going to be a drop ball restart. Whether he gives that to... Going to give that to Harivo, and Harivo will restart play back to Karifa Yao. Yao moves it to Mbike. Back all the way to Karifa Yao, goes over to Hugo. Plays it to Koke. Good pressure here from Jansen. Koke clears it as far as Zach Harivo, headed back towards the goal by Tosh. Jones wins that header. Still headed around. Rodriguez tries to settle this one and does to the back line. Karifa Yao takes possession of the ball. Goes to Hugo Baccarat. Baccarat dribbles through the midfield. Tries to play Harivo through. Jones gets there first. Danny was there, though, to try and grab that one. I like Jones getting there first, though. As meanwhile, Jansen Wilson in behind. Tackled away, though, by Hugo Baccarat. He goes back to Koke Vegas. Vegas restarts it to Mbike. Goes to Ibarra. Ibarra looking for an option here. He's going to go wide. It's Holstead, like I mentioned last year in the regular season contest. It's JJ pushes Josh Jones down, and he's going to get called for that one. As that is a U of L versus UK matchup there. Just a little bit, though, different in terms of when they played there. Jones just wrapping up his playing time there last year, and JJ having wrapped up his playing time in 2018. And so Danny going to restart play here. Danny Fuandez, that is, with his Titans gloves. As never got a chance to talk about it, though. Looks like Rhode Island went with, I believe they're calling it their energy kit, the blue top with the orange or yellow, whatever you want to call it, accent on the name and numbers on the back. Koke Vegas in his highlighter. And for Louisville City, it is once again the white wave river kit. I think they said river kit. I can't remember what they said. Jansen tries to go through, taken away by Mbike. Danny Fuandez still in the orange. So Rhode Island. Back to Vegas. Vegas up to the midfield, headed down by Taylor Davila. Nile. Perez might have been off. Flag stays down, though. Played into the middle. It's Harivo. Tackled, though, by Davila. Jansen gets there first. Jansen has 3 defenders closing in on him. Has his ankle taken out. No call, says the referee. Play on. Aldair Sanchez tries to feed JJ. Josh Jones gets there first, and JJ again takes him down, and Josh Jones pulls him down afterwards. Called, though, does go in favor of Louisville City. And referee says, hey, that's 2 on you. I'm going to have to book you here soon. So play gets restarted here. About 5 minutes into this one. Going to be Danny to take this one again. Looks like he's going to try and give himself an extra few, maybe a yard or 2. Hey, how's it going, Darren? I would say, what the score of the Sunderland game was, but the international break right now. Koke Vega is going to get this one. And looking at, the injury report is piled up. Darcy, Albert Dequa, Hope Gund, and it has Quazera and Corcoran listed as out due to injury, but those are international duty. And for Louisville City, just has Philip Goodrum listed as out. Hoping he's not out for the season like I am fearing with that nasty ankle roll-up that he had last weekend. Jones moves it to Adams. Adams hoping not to have the unfortunate own goal this week as we cross the 6-minute mark. Adams moves it side to side to Jones. Jones settles, the former UFL captain, goes back to the Louisville City captain and Adams. Adams sees Dia running up the wing. Holstead's going to get there first, though. And Holstead's just going to let this one actually roll out, and it's going to be a Louisville City, or a Rhode Island goal kick. Hey, glad to see that England won the U.S., though 2-0 loss to South Korea, so not too happy about that one. I saw Son Heung-min got a goal as Evan has a slip on the turf. It's probably going to be a lot of that this week, or today, as Davila moves it up to the midfield, goes back to Dia, making his 200th career USL regular season appearance. I had a few with Phoenix and a few with other teams as Holstead gets that one, though, away from Dia. He goes to Hugo, goes to Sanchez. Sanchez up the wing, the near-sided wing, goes to Evan Davila. And a high boot called, I believe that one's going to go against Nile. And his play quickly restarted by Rhode Island. And just moving it behind their back line, which is how Louisville City likes it. They don't like to possess the ball. Normally when they do have the high percent of the possession, the result doesn't go in their favor. Or it's a draw. If I remember correctly, that game against North Carolina, they had the advantage in possession. As a turnover here from Rhode Island, Louisville City looks to break. Davila to Davila. Evan to Taylor. He goes wide to Aiden. McFadden looks for an option. He goes back to Taylor Davila. He goes to Nile, and Nile has his ankles taken out. And this one will be a free kick. Probably going to be, yes, it's going to be Taylor and Nile standing over this one. Referee gives them the mark where they are. Going to take his 10 paces and set up the Rhode Island wall, along with Koke Vegas setting his wall up. I would imagine this one is pretty deep. Not imagining either are going to go for goal. It looks like it might be Nile who's going to take this one. Didn't quite get to see who took their paces on this one. Aiden has came over to be more of a short run as Alder Sanchez marks him. Just one man in the wall. Looks like it's Marky Barra. And instead they're going to go to Dia. Dia's going to chip this one in for McFadden. But Koke Vega's there. It would be nice to see a Taylor screamer. However, they had other plans. Marky Barra restarts play. He goes wide to Holstead. Tries a big switch and it works. Alder Sanchez on the ball. Looks to break in. He's going to cross this one to JJ. Headed away, though, by Kyle Adams. And a screamer. Ooh, wide of the target for Rhode Island. So it looks like that was the former Detroit City man, Maxi Rodriguez. Signed this offseason. He was one of the many players I was surprised to see let go by their team. I was so hoping they would sign with Louisville City. So play restarted here. It's Danny Fuandez. Maybe going to be Kyle Adams, actually. And JJ, He is going to be the ref's favorite person, I can already tell, as they're having another conversation. Just standing outside the 18, waiting for play to be restarted. Adams does jog away now, so it will be Danny taking this one. Still no word on what exactly the injury for Damian Laws is. I would imagine it was something suffered during training, as I never really saw anything in his last appearance that would have made me thought he had an injury. Jones versus Williams. Jones taken down. Nothing, says the referee. Play on. It's back to the back line. It's Mbike. He goes to Karifa Yao. As I would say, the big thing Rhode Island really needs is more goals scored. As whenever your leading goal scorer only has 3, and that is a tie between Maxi Rodriguez and J.J. Williams, who are 2 people that you can normally count on to score goals. That is though an issue. It's them with 3, and then I think there's a player or 2 that has 2 goals, and everybody and a few others with 1. Aiden taken down. Free kick though, says the referee, as that is Ibarra guilty of the foul. So he's trying to say he got the ball, but referee tells him otherwise. It was chested down, and it does look like he initially got the ball, but his other leg only got his shin. So we are going to have, again, Taylor Davila. Ibarra's still arguing the call, but it's once again Davila and Sanchez Davila and McCabe standing over the ball. Referee marks it. Looks like it will once again be Ibarra and Sanchez in the wall for Rhode Island. And definitely going to be a crossed opportunity here. Maybe Evan, he kind of seems to be all by his lonesome in the middle of the field. And he's just going to kind of creep his way forward. I would love to see them go to him. Instead, they're going to go into the middle. Perez headed away to Sanchez and up to Clay Holstead. They look to break. Haribo, I don't think he knew that pass came to him. He was booking it and looked down at the last second and saw the ball was directly behind him. So a good chance for Rhode Island to counter there, taken away. Rhode Island's goal differential, let me see what that is real quick. They currently sit on, I believe it is -7 goal differential. It is, they don't have goals for and goals against on here. As the thing Rhode Island does have going for them is the Jägermeister Cup. They have the chance to host, I do believe, the final if they can knock off Sacramento. They have, that is one semifinal matchup, and then Hartford and Greenville Triumph of League One in the other league. As I don't think Aiden realized that was called a Rhode Island throw. So a quick little delay here as the other ball cleared out. Sanchez set for the throw. And don't know who that one was for, but Dia settles under it 15 minutes into this one. Still 0-0. Waiting for the goal scoring to get started. Granted, though, last time these two played in Rhode Island, it was a 0-0 draw. That one at Beirne Stadium. I blanking on the name right now, but here's Dia, crosses in, deflected by Holstead, and it's going to be out for a Louisville City corner kick, their first one of the night. Niall is the man who is set to take this one. It's going to be an in-swinging ball with that right foot of his. The man who has been here since, technically not day one, but season one. As he is the only man, or I'm trying to remember if Cam was here for that initial roster. I think he was. Those two are the only two that remain on the team, but Niall is the only man who never left the team, as Cam had a stint with Nashville SC and trying to figure out what happened now, as it looks like, I mean, Perez walks up behind Koke Vegas, and Koke Vegas acts like Perez walked up and shot him. As now, okay, looked like Louisville City lost their corner kick. Does appear that they will now have it. So Niall prepares himself, swings it in. McFadden headed up to the back post. Jansen can't keep it in, but Holstead does. Cleared away, though, by the Rhode Island defense. All the way out, it's Dia. He's going to go back to Danny Fuentes. Fuentes, he goes wide. It's Davila, Evan Davila. He's going to try and feed over the top Aiden. And can't find anything. Rhode Island looks to break the other way. It's wide. It's Holstead. He goes back to Mbike. Mbike to Bakara. Bakara to Harivo. And it's just one touch passing for Rhode Island right now. Sorry. And bad touch here. Dia goes to Taylor. The nice little move to create some space goes back to Taylor Davila. It's Perez goes to McCabe. McCabe goes to Tosh. Breaking in here is Louisville City. Wide to Aiden McFadden. McFadden looks for the cross. Takes it. And it's in the back of the net. What a goal by Aiden McFadden. What a shot. I don't think he meant for that one to be a shot on goal. But Aiden McFadden with a curler. And he just barely finds the back of the net, as that is the first goal between either of these teams in Rhode Island. As I think Aiden McFadden might have him a back-to-back goal of the week candidate, as he did win it last week. Tosh feeds him, and he just has a little step over to get past Aldair Sanchez. And he's going to say he meant to shoot that one, but that one definitely looked like a cross that just went a little too far back, and I think it definitely caught Koke Vegas off guard. Dia was the only man at the back post, and I think he even had a chance to try and put that one in the back of the net. So Aiden McFadden, that is now goal number 4 for him on the year. Levels his... So that's now 8 goal contributions. And the announcers are talking about who would step up in place of Philip Goodrum. And I mean, hey, Aiden has now scored in back-to-back games without Philip Goodrum. Technically in the lineup, Goodrum had been subbed off by the time Aiden scored his goal. As Louisville City looks to break here. It's Evan to Jones, and overcooks that one to Tosh, but Aiden McFadden's there for it. Perez, he's on it, stepped on by Harivo. And he's a little bit slow to get up, but he did get stepped on. As you hope he's all right, seeing as he hasn't gotten to play as much as he did last season. And he is back up, and he is going to continue on. And Tosh, he's going to restart play. He's going to go over the top to Kyle Adams. Adams looks for an option. He goes to Niall McCabe. McCabe looks, still going up that left wing. Has 3 Rhode Island defenders near him. McCabe, flag stays down. Koke Vegas. Ooh, lost. Only got a touch on that first one, but he able to reel in the second one. And Harivo looks to break quickly. Zach Harivo goes to Sanchez. Could have tried to feed JJ through, but did not. Now works backward. It's Bakara. Bakara to Mbike. Mbike, that is to Clay Holstead. Or Maxi Rodriguez, that is my mistake. Now it's Clay Holstead on the ball. And goes backwards. It's Mbike. Mbike tries to go over the top. Here only finds Aiden McFadden. He tried to clear this one away, and it is going to roll out, though, for a Rhode Island throw in a dangerous position if they have someone like Josh Jones on their lineup who can have some crazy long throws, as the play will be delayed. Okay, the ball boy is sent out to grid it. Holstead, he's going to be the man to take it. I guess he's their long throw guy. And steps up, fakes the throw, now does go, and I don't know what happened on that one. Cleared away as far as Mbike by Adams. Sent back in by Mbike, and Adams clears that one again. Holstead finds Harivo. Harivo tackled off by Davila. Perez. Harivo tried to tackle that one, created space from the ball in Perez, but it rolls out, and it will be a Louisville City throw. Aiden McFadden set to get this one back in. As looking at a few of the other games, Detroit now has a 3-1 advantage over Orange County. Sacramento has a 1-0 advantage over Tampa Bay, as Neil Collins, correct? That's the guy that's in Sacramento now and used to be in Tampa Bay before he tried to go to Barnsley. He has the lead in that game against his former side. Miami and Hartford still scoreless. Charleston leads Indy. And that is all for now. So back in this one, 23 minutes in, it's Hugo Baccara on the ball. Baccara tries to feed Sanchez. Too much on that one, though. And it'll be a throw-in for Danny Fuentes. A goal kick for Danny Fuentes. And looks like Kyle Adams might actually take this one. This is one that has always confused me. I know it kind of gets play restarted. Okay, and now, once again, it is going to be Danny taking it. But that is something, I mean, I obviously am not a soccer coach, so I don't know what the thinking behind it is or what the game plan is behind it. But when you just have a guy just lay it off to your goalkeeper, I don't quite understand what that does. If Louisville City wins, they clinch a home playoff game. If they lose or draw, there's a bunch of other things that need to happen, but I couldn't quite find it right now. I'll try and find that at halftime and give an update on that. Ball rolls out, though, and it will be an RIFC throw in here. Let me actually try and go ahead and get that pulled up. As Holstead on the ball crosses in, deflected by Dia, and it will be a Rhode Island corner kick here. The PA announcer is very hyped about this corner kick, and it sounds like it's a Chick-fil-A corner kick. Let's see. Here it is. Race to the playoffs for week 27. It'll be Aldair Sanchez to take the corner kick. As set pieces have been Louisville City's nightmare, it's Mbike to the back post. And now back to Maxi Rodriguez. Rodriguez, he's crossing. And it's headed right at Danny Fuentes, though. And he makes the easy save there. Good chance there for Rhode Island to level this one. All right, thanks, Dad. Alrighty. I do have it pulled up. What would need to happen if Louisville City loses or draws this matchup. So, obviously, if they win, okay, actually, seems like a lot more needs to happen than I thought. Louisville City needs to win at Rhode Island to move to 54 points. Okay, never mind. Win home playoff match. If they draw at Rhode Island, they move to 52 points, and Detroit needs to draw or lose to Orange County, which drops their maximum points to 51 or 50, which probably ain't happening as they have a 2 goal advantage on them right now. However, they do say a 2 goal advantage is the worst lead to have in soccer. And they would also need the Hartford Athletic to draw or lose, and Pittsburgh to lose or draw. So that would all drop their points. The third possibility is they lose, and then Detroit would need to lose, Hartford would need to lose, and Pittsburgh would need to lose or draw. So that is what would need to happen in order for Louisville City to clinch the home playoff match. Alrighty, back to action. Louisville City moves it up. It's Tosh, a nice back heel by Perez. Evan Davila in space. Hugo Bakura tackles him off it, though, as a good close out there. Haribo, that one looked like it rolled out, but the referee says it stayed in. Goes back to Josh Jones. He gives it to Adams. Adams goes to McCabe. McCabe looks to move. Just kind of playing triangle defense, honestly. Looks like they try and have 3 points of contact on defense, and Louisville City just exposing it. It's Perez to Wilson. Wilson taken down. No call, says the referee, and I don't know how he can say that. He says he gets the ball. I would like a second look at that one, though. See if Benjamin Meyer got this one correct. I don't know about that one. Especially with it being Alder Sanchez. He's had a few run-ins this game already, but referee says no as Josh Jones prepares himself for the long throw. And the broadcast team talking about it right now as they know. I think the only thing, though, that they have going for them is that the gap between the touchline and the ad boards is like that big. As it does look like the throw-in went to Davila. He tried to cross it in. Holstead blocked it, and now Taylor Davila will come over and take the corner kick. So Davila, referee stops him before he can take the corner kick. Is last time we had the situation in which it was Adrian Perez who snuck up behind Koke Vegas and spooked him, and he was one of those goats that pass out, I guess. So Davila, he will now take it. It's crossed in and only finds an RIFC defender. Dia tries to have a go, and now it's going to be Holstead. He's on it. Rhode Island breaking. 3-on-2, though. Goes to Alder Sanchez. Oh, and Sanchez slips on the turf. And that saves a Louisville City goal. Or that saves a Rhode Island goal. As I really feel like Danny might have been too far out of position in order to try and get a paw on that one. If he would have been up for save of the week. But Sanchez looks like right whenever he went to kick that one for a goal, he just tripped. As play, though, still with Rhode Island. Nothing there. As ref plays advantage, that was definitely not a foul. Is Maxi Rodriguez on the ball, though. He is a scary midfielder. Looks for space, goes to Holstead. Holstead out wide, closed out by Dia. Holstead crosses in to the back post. Sanchez can't get there. And it's going to be a goal kick here. And breathe. So, yes, looking at this one again, it was Holstead, it was Ibarra, and Sanchez. And, yes, if Sanchez can put that one on target, it is a goal for sure. As that was that's a lucky one. Play restarted here. Mbike heads this one up. J.J. Williams settles it. Looks like that one might have touched his hand. Play on, says the ref. Advantage played here, and it will be a free kick now. A lot of fouls committed by Rhode Island. I feel like there hasn't really been, if any, many fouls against Louisville City, as Mikey Barra finds himself in the books on that one. So Jones restarts play to Tosh. Tosh goes to Adams. It's a scary one there, as Maxi Rodriguez was right there. Dia Perez crossed in. Hugo right there. Oh, it's a bad giveaway here. Can Louisville City punish Rhode Island? It's back wide to Aiden, about where he scored from earlier. Davila goes to his brother. Evan shot deflected by Hugo Baccara, and it will be a throw or a goal corner kick. Sorry. One of those things for Louisville City, as this one will be Taylor Davila once again. So Davila set to take it. No delay here. He gets this one in. Headed away by JJ, it looked like. And going to roll out. Niall finally lets it roll out for a throw in. And he was about to take it, but then decided, no, I'm going to give it to Josh. So Jones prepares himself. Again, like I said, there's not a lot of room between the touchline and the ad board, so he can't quite get that normal long run up like he gets. And this time he is going to go. Cleared away, though, by JJ, and will once again be a Josh Jones long throw. And actually, no, going to be Tosh taking this one. Probably going to be that where they run up and then try and run on the byline. This play that I don't know how I feel about this one. Yep. Tries to find Perez on it, and it goes out for a goal kick as nobody even got there. That is one that the first time I saw it, was like, it works until the second time you try that one. But Harivo goes to Sanchez. Harivo wants a foul on Tosh, but Tosh did absolutely nothing wrong. Perez has 3 defenders around him, and can't quite get a good touch on that one. Try to feed McFadden through. Goes to Perez. Rhode Island looks at Sanchez. Sanchez going long. Only finds Dia, who plays it back to Danny Fuentes. Fuentes clears this one away. Almost tackled in there. I think that would have been Shapiro Thompson on that tackle. Ibarra goes to Mbike. Mbike wide to Holstead. Holstead back to Mbika. Mbika looking. He is a former Inter Miami man. Was drafted by them out of college and played with, FC Lauderdale? It's out there. Is back to Vegas, I believe. I believe it's Lauderdale or Inter Lauderdale. Something like that. Is their MLS Next Pro team. I think they played a year or two in League One. As it's Perez here with acres of space. He moves in. Baccarat. Oh, that's a great tackle. Nothing but the ball. As, man, would have been a great opportunity for 2-0. Instead, it will be another corner kick. As it was great close out here by Baccarat. Nothing but the ball. So, another corner kick coming here. Going to be Taylor Davila once again. Hoping for a better delivery than that last one. Goes short to Niall. Goes to Evan Davila. Davila looks for something deflected by Shapiro Thompson. Adams, he's going to have a go. And Vegas keeps that one in. And he's going to try and launch it. And it's going to stay in. It's going to be Sanchez. But he has absolutely no one there to help. Maxi 1-2 with him. Shapiro Thompson wide to Holstead. Clay Holstead. He goes back to Ibarra. And Bika, he's up wide. And no call, says the ref. So no foul, but a corner kick. It's a second look at this one. Okay, yep. That's the right call. Dia came through the back of him, got ball first, and it was out on him. So that's a good call there. As Koke Vega is called over by Connor Smith. As Koke is the captain, so guess he wants his captain to get a message out to his team. It's going to be Aldair Sanchez. Crossed in. Headed down by Hugo Baccarat. But wide of the net, and I think that's Ami Mbika. I think if he has a chance, I think he had a pretty good chance to try and just roof that one. But, I mean, when you're a center back, I don't know how confident you are in your shooting abilities unless your name is Sean Tosh. And then you are the PK taker. So, Danny Fuanda is set to restart play on the goal kick. No deliberation on the short one or not. Or the Kyle Adams taking it. And all the way back to Sanchez. Up to Williams. But Adams gets a foot in there. Back to Danny it goes. He restarts play to Jones. Jones looks going to the far side of the field to Adams. Adams dribbling up to the midfield. He goes back to Jones. To the midline. He's trying to feed the ball over the top. Can Jansen get there? Blocked off by Baccarat. And it's going to go out for a goal kick. Good run there by Jansen. Wilson. So Koke set to restart play here. And play restarted here. From Vegas, headed away though by Adams. Settled down by Taylor. Perez. Williams and Jones still going at it. Tosh goes wide to Adams. Adams to Dia. Dia looks to break into the midfield. Goes back to Adams and then to Jones. Jones to Evan Davila. Evan to Tosh. And tried to feed McFadden, it looked like, but tackled away and out by Sanchez. Too far up, says Benjamin Meyer. Tosh restarts play. It's to McCabe. And then goes straight back to Tosh. Looks to try and feed someone over the top. Can't find it. Back heel to McFadden. McFadden goes backwards to McCabe. Just working it between each other. McFadden and McCabe. Still with McCabe. Goes to Davila. Davila switching sides. Dia to Adams. He goes to Davila again. Taylor Davila. He goes over the top trying to find his brother but can't. And Ibarra fouled by Evan Davila. 41 minutes into this one. So at halftime, no scores change around the games in the East going on. Tampa Bay still trails Sacramento. And Baccarat goes to Sanchez. He had acres of space. Baccarat stays up. Harivo, he goes to Mabika. And then Karifa Yao back to Harivo. Sanchez. Hugo Baccarat still up top. It does look like he's starting to work his way back. That's Shapiro Thompson. Harivo. Goes to Rodriguez. Touched away. Sanchez. Back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez touches it through and taken out by Jones. And after all that, it ends up with Danny as he asks for a pause to make sure Davila's okay before the referee starts his count on him. Play restarted here. Rhode Island works it, and Rodriguez tries to go backwards, tackled or defended away, and a hold there by JJ. Play on, says the ref. It's Maxi Rodriguez. He goes across. It's going to be Holstead. Holstead blocked by Dia. Mabika goes backwards to Karifa Yao. Yao wide to Coque Vegas, actually. He is playing a risky game as he is now. Now he's not even on his own half of the field. That is something you do not see every day. As maybe if it was Andre Onana, you would see that because he doesn't know how to play goalie. I love Manchester United as well, but Onana stinks. And Rhode Island, it's JJ. Harivo slipped. That one wasn't as clear cut as an opportunity as Sanchez's was, but definitely a good opportunity there. Coque on it. He goes to Maxi Rodriguez. Ibarra, actually, my mistake. He goes to Karifa Yao. Yao to Sanchez. Sanchez moves to Harivo. Back and forth they go. Back all the way to Yao. He gives it to Maxi Rodriguez now. So throw in here coming for Louisville City. As Aiden prepares himself for it. Still waiting. No movement really from the City attack. Tosh is going to clear this one out. Karifa Yao heads this one out. So it'll be another throw in here right on the byline. And Perez gives this one up for McFadden. And going to be pulled back here by Pina. McFadden now passes it to Tosh. McFadden heads this one. Hugo Baccarat. Harivo's head tennis being played right now. It's Ibarra. He gives it to Harivo. Still with Rhode Island. Back to Baccarat. Goes with the big switch here to Holstead. 2 minutes of added time. As we've just now crossed it. As goes to Yao. Yao to Baccarat. Yao to Mbika. Mbika tries to go to Holstead. Holstead cannot get his footing figured out, though. Goes to Davila. Tries to go to Perez. And this one, for Perez, Coque Vega is going to get there first and acted like he was going to take that one and try and clear it away. Instead, lets it roll out as we have just about one more minute of additional time. Don't figure there will be any added on past this too. There's a foul called here, or offsides. And Adams and Danny trying to decide who's going to take it. Looks like Danny will. Trying to get one more attack before the end of the half. So Danny going to take it, about 20 more seconds left. And goes out. So maybe one more chance here for Rhode Island. Coque trying to get something going quickly. Takes it right as we cross the 47-minute mark. It's all on Benjamin Meyer now. So Coque. As that is halftime. So it's 1-0 at the half after an Aiden McFadden accidental cross goal situation. As looking at some of the stats just very quickly, it's been a good match. A lot of back and forth action between the two sides. A few hard tackles. I would definitely imagine we see some changes maybe at halftime. And as we look, shots, Louisville City only had 2 shots in this one. However, that one of them was on target, and that one found the back of the net. For Rhode Island, they had 4 shots, and only one was on target. And looks like Rhode Island currently in the edging out possession. So, like I said, when Louisville City doesn't have the possessional battle won, they tend to have good stuff happen for them. But going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back shortly. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. Do I think Aiden's goal was intentional? No. um, I mean, he can say yes, and I imagine he'll say yes, but that just looks so much like it was a cross aimed for Dia. Yes, I did see about Tosh now being the first player with 250 appearances with one club, and it's been a lot of good memories and not many bad memories for him. A lot of PKs, and looking at the highlights they're showing right now, oh, if Aldair Sanchez gets a good foot on that, that's a goal. But looking at it, so now they say 3 shots for Louisville City, only 1 on target, 4 for Rhode Island, 1 on target, 55-45 possession, 4 corners for Louisville City, 2 for Rhode Island, and just the 1 card on, it was Marky Barra. So, second half, what am I expecting? I am hoping for more of the same, but I am expecting Rhode Island to come out with a lot more intensity. Looks like no changes are being made. Shapiro Thompson is still out there. Maxi Rodriguez, though, is set to get us kicked off for the second half. So I'll go ahead and get that back up. Alrighty, no subs. Koke Vegas receives the opening kickoff of the second half. And now cleared away. Going to go out, though, for a Rhode Island throw-in. Hugo Baccara is going to take it in the side of AR is just going to kind of backheel that one off the field. Play restarts. Sanchez goes to Rodriguez. Foul called against Taylor Davila. As Haribo restarts play backwards to Ibarra. Maxi Rodriguez actually on that one. Up to Jones, cleared away. And all the way back towards the back line of Rhode Island. And BK. All the way back to Vegas. Goes wide now. It's Shapiro Thompson. They seem to drop more into a right wing, and it seems like Maxi's jumped up, so it seems like they might have switched around as it's Sanchez on it. Goes to Hugo Baccara. Tried to find Rodriguez. Tipped away by Evan Davila. He goes wide. RIFC take back over. Rodriguez goes to Sanchez. Goes back to Rodriguez. Maxi looking to get past Taylor Davila. He goes wide. Sends it over to Clay Holstead. Stead goes inward. Dribbles. Goes back to Maxi Rodriguez. Finds space. Goes wide. It's going to be Shapiro Thompson. Crossed in. Cleared down by Adams and cleared away by Niall McCabe. Headed back in by MBK. And only man that was there was Maxi Rodriguez, but he was offside, so just lets that one roll through. Maybe they've switched formations and now they've gone to that 4-3. Looks like almost like Maxi and Shapiro Thompson have came and are now playing more as attacking mids rather than wings. It's going to be Sanchez wide or inwardly, as a lot of the screen now being taken up by the Mega Millions. Don't care about Rhode Island Powerball stuff. Sanchez looks to get past Tosh. Just kicks this one off Tosh. Throw in for Louisville. Don't quite know how that one happened. It was on the opposite side of the field, so not like I can quite see what happened and if that took a touch off Tosh. But it's a throw in for Louisville City nevertheless. Aiden McFadden to take. Looks like Vincent Kompany's sitting on the sideline right there. Hey, if he's there to watch some USL Championship soccer, there's a few guys that might be worth the signing. Is he still at Beirne, I believe? So now free kick for Rhode Island after Sanchez is fouled. As a replay being shown. As we cut back in, it's Shapiro, Thompson, and Adams battling for it. And Adams wins a free kick. Maybe an offside call against Shapiro, Thompson. As we get play restarted here, it's going to be Fuentes. Just goes straight up the line, headed inwardly by Dia. No, didn't come back in enough. Going to be a throw in for Rhode Island. That's Clay Holstead looking for an option to go for the throw in. Decides to go long to Haribo. Headed down, though, by Jones and to the feet of Danny Fuentes. Danny waits for a man to get close to him, picks this one up. Goes to Davila. All the way on the back line. Looks for an option. Has an option now. Just goes upfield, though. Looked like he was trying to get that one to Jansen Wilson. Aiden loses it, but gains it back. Sanchez, 1-2 from Wilson. And a throw-in. And Aiden's pumped about winning that throw-in. And Tosh gives this one to McFadden to take. McFadden pump fakes. Still looking. Aiden just gonna take all the time he can. Now is past the byline and is now told to go back. And it looks like referee Benjamin Meyer saying, hey, you gotta take this one more quickly or you gotta stop going so far up the field. As Aiden is one of those players where until you tell him to stop, he's gonna keep inching his way forward, whether that's faking a long throw and then pausing for a minute or just, walking up the field. Holstead, though, off the restart on a throw-in. Goes all the way to Karifa Yao. Yao looking upfield and finds no one other than Sean Tosh headed down and to Danny Fuentes. Fuentes picks the ball up after Williams' pressure. Goes to Tosh. He goes back to Danny. And Danny now wide to Kyle Adams. Adams wide to Dia. Dia breaking in. He goes to McCabe. McCabe crosses fields. Goes to Evan Davila. Evan goes in the backfield. He gives it to Dia, who goes to Adams. Adams goes to Jones, and that was a risky pass there as JJ was right in between them. But nevertheless, Taylor Davila moving up. McCabe lays this one off, but Marky Barr right there cuts it out. Goes to Vegas, who clears it as far as Evan Davila. Evan taken away by Maxi Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes wide to Clay Holstead. Holstead feeds this one through, and Danny Fuentes, the first man to that one, clears it out for an RIFC throw. So Danny now, or RIFC, my mistake, about to take the throw. It's Clay Holstead. Holstead just waiting for an option. Now does take it and does not take it, actually. Told he needs to move backwards as now he doesn't have a ball. So just waiting. And still doesn't have a ball. Only working in the favor of Louisville City as more time goes off. Might get added on at the end. We'll figure that out later. Clay Holstead still waiting. Now does get this throw off. Williams heads this one out. And out for a throw in. No foul, says Meyer. Throw in. My mistake, says Meyer. Was walking towards the area where the contact happened and was pointing in the direction of a Rhode Island throw. Ball is back in, though, and has now switched sides. It's on the far side of the field with Sanchez. He goes inward to Rodriguez. Tries to go to Harivo. Tosh is there. He has a handful of shirt and is now called for the foul against Harivo. No card, though. Referee setting up this free kick as he is waiting for Maxi Rodriguez. It looks like he's going to be the one to come over and take it. Guess Perez just having a little fun with him, stands directly in front of where he marked the free kick to be taken. As Sanchez joins Rodriguez, as both of them, looks like Sanchez is going to be the one to take this one. He's the one fiddling with the ball the most right now. Maxi gets his steps, but I still feel like Sanchez is the one who's getting the ball how he wants to. As it will be Rodriguez. And as it's a foul on J.J. Williams before the ball even gets into the box. And so he's now told, J.J., this is your fourth warning. At what point is J.J. going to get a card? Yeah, just gave Tosh a major push in the back there. Granted, Tosh is a big boy and that didn't knock him off balance or anything, but still created extra space there for Rhode Island to try and get an attack going off that free kick. Play restarted, undercut by Evan Davila is Mark Ibarra, and rightfully so. That is a throw or a free kick. Tries to take it quickly is Rhode Island, told that they need to scoot back. And this time they move forward, though, and retake it going. They go backwards this time, though. Guess it's fair now. BK goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to find Holstead and does, but he can't settle his touch. Goes out for a Louisville City throw. Going to be Dia to take. I'm going to refresh this page, the stats page real quick. Is a lot of stuff behind. As yes, Detroit City does win. However, they've got a 3-goal win on that one, 4-1. About 10 minutes left as Tampa Bay Fall is still trailing Sacramento Republic. I have to see who got the goal in that one later. Hartford has taken a 1-goal advantage over against Miami as Francisco Bonfiglio might win the Golden Boot for a team that might not even make the playoffs. As also Charleston has now gotten themselves an extra goal, 2-1 over the 11 in that one in the 75th minute. Loudoun getting going early, 5 minutes in, they have a 1-0 lead over El Paso. As Jones goes backwards to Danny Fuentes, he goes back out to Tosh. Tosh tries to go to McCabe, and McCabe does get there barely. He goes back to Dia, just trying to avoid taking that ball out. Dia goes to Adams. Adams goes long to Jansen Wilson, but Koke Vega's right there for it. As Jansen kind of motions to say, put that one more out wide on the wing next time so Koke can't get there. As play restarted off the goalkeeper throw. A beautiful slide tackle there from Evan Davila as City looked to go the other way. And is cleared away, though, by RIFC. Perez, he settles. Perez dribbles around Harivo. Hasn't looked like Harivo grabbed him a little bit. Play on, said the ref. And now Rhode Island do lose possession of the ball to Louisville City. Perez goes to Tosh. Tosh looking, has an option. It's McCabe. One touch passes this one wide to Adrian Perez. Perez goes to Jansen Wilson. Flag stays down. Jansen with a chance here. He goes inward, tries to find Davila, but tackled away. It's Ibarra. And now this one goes all the way back to the midline. It's Jones, Tosh, Wilson to Perez. Perez tries to go to McFadden. And a foul on Aiden. I would like a second look at that one before I say that was truly a foul against Aiden McFadden. As he tried to get on the backside of Sanchez to avoid Sanchez just letting that one roll out. However, guilty of the foul, I guess. We don't see a replay on that one. Aldair Sanchez goes inward. It's Ibarra. Still no changes here as we play in the 60th minute. Long ball here. Tries to find JJ. Finds only the head of Josh Jones. He heads it to Evan Davila. He goes to his brother. This one, though, to Jansen. Flag stays down. Jansen looking. Goes backwards. It's Dia. Dia to McCabe. Backwards to Adams. Adams to Evan Davila. Evan to Tosh. Tosh has some space here. He takes it. Looked like he was preparing a cross, but goes to Aiden McFadden instead. McFadden looking for a cross in on the far side of the field. Aiden gets space, crosses this one in, but right at Koke Vegas. As Koke, former San Diego Loyal goalkeeper. As the Loyal are a team that there's a few teams that I wish were still in the USL Championship, them being one of them, RGV being another one, a few good teams that just, whether it's financial or the big MLS decides, hey, we're having a team here, just one of the few teams who unfortunately are no longer in the league, but didn't take Koke too long to find a new home, as he was the very first signing for Rhode Island FC last year. As a few former San Diego Loyal men in this one. It's Koke Vegas, obviously. Kyle Adams, he came over in there last year and part of a move that also saw Enoch Mushagalisa go to Loyal. And I want to say Adrian Perez, he played for San Diego Loyal there for a little bit too. As this one cleared away by Jones as far as Mbika. Mbika, as I mentioned previously, was drafted by Inter Miami and now finds himself, though, playing with Rhode Island. A good tackle there by Taylor Davila and another great tackle by Evan, as both Davila brothers just putting in good tackles. This one tried to feed it over the top to Wilson. Mbika heads it down, though. Perez takes it. 2-on-3 is the break for Louisville City, settling now as more Rhode Island defenders come into the frame. It feels like Louisville City are starting to take over the possession game in this one, but still with the 1-0 advantage, it won't affect them too much. Just gotta hope that they keep focus for the few counterattacks that are launched at them. Adams goes wide to Dia. Yes, JJ was drafted by the Columbus Crew, then went to Birmingham, then went to Atlanta, and then then went to Tampa, and then now is in Rhode Island. Mbika, He gets forward. This one is a chance. Hervo. He goes wide to Sanchez. Sanchez crossed in, deflected by McFadden, and it'll be a corner kick here for Rhode Island, their first in the second half. As we have some substitutions coming here now. As Dwayne Atkinson, he comes in. So he replaces the man on a yellow card, Mark Ibarra. And Noah Fuson also coming in. So he's going to replace Amos Shapiro-Thompson. So it looks like some of the big guns being brought out here for Rhode Island. Maxey prepares himself to take this corner kick. Settles, takes a deep breath as he's going to have this in-swinger with the right foot. Sent in over the head of almost everyone. Cleared away initially. Atkinson can't get there. Is now with Atkinson. Atkinson, he has the speed. Crossed in. Low, though, and taken away by Taylor Davila. As Atkinson looking to close on him quickly. Davila, though, switches. Ooh, that one looked like it bounced up and maybe got McFadden in the face. He plays on. Goes to McCabe. Nile goes inward. It's Davila, Evan Davila, who goes backwards to his brother as well. And then this one looked like he thought that one was initially going to try and go to Adams, but to Dia instead. Dia does go to Adams, and they keep working it to each other. Adams now goes backwards to Jones. Jones goes to Tosh. Tosh, wide. It's McCabe. McCabe, it's in, and it's not headed home yet. Dia, no. Handball. Oh, a great chance there for Louisville City to try and get a second goal. As it looks like we have some substitutions again coming. So I imagine these ones are for Louisville City. Man, a great opportunity, as the first one just couldn't find it. I think they said the initial ball was off Adrian's arm. I didn't notice anything else. As it is Brian Omby. He comes in and immediately takes the armband from Kyle Adams. Ray Serrano also coming on, so just waiting to ensure things in the back or up front, as it's going to be Evan Davila coming off. And I did not see who the other what the other number was to be subbed off for Louisville City. But it's either Serrano or Ownby on for Evan Davila. As it's Adrian Perez who comes off. So Ownby up top now. Adrian goes 67 minutes in his return to the starting lineup, as Evan, who he's really came into his own this year. Didn't get to play too much last year. As Ownby quickly trying to get on this one, and says that he did not touch that one. Referee disagrees. Throw in here for Rhode Island on the byline. Rhode Island moving it in the back. This one, Taylor, he is still being pulled down even though he doesn't have the ball. And now it is finally blown dead, and a yellow card issued to Clay Holstead. See, I think he had Davila's jersey before, during, and after he had that ball. So just waiting for play to get restarted. Yes, the second Taylor touches that one, he immediately grabs his jersey. He lets go of that one and still proceeds to hold on to him. So Meyer has no choice but to blow the whistle and gives him the yellow. As this one, on the restart, it's cleared over. It's McFadden, and loses this one. It's Hervo. He goes to Atkinson. Atkinson tackled by McFadden. Jansen loses this one. Goes as far back as Koke Vegas. Vegas. Oh, bad giveaway here. Serrano to Dia. Dia. Oh, just barely touched by MBK. And oh, McCabe took that one first time and looked like maybe hit. I think that was Holstead in the face. JJ onside. Fuson. Rhode Island looks to equalize here. 69th minute. Maxi Rodriguez. He goes to Fuson. Fuson crosses this one in, but too far. And goes out. It's going to be a goal kick here for Danny. So just the 2 yellow cards in this one, as it was Ibarra in the first half and now Holstead in the second. As we cross the 69-minute mark into the 70th, it's going to be Danny Fuentes. Danny takes the goal kick. Is this one? As Rhode Island looking to equalize, looks like it's Atkinson on it. Tosh blocks the initial one, and the second one off Atkinson and goes out. So another goal kick here for Danny Fuentes. And Danny does now take this one. As Mbike heads this one towards the attacking end. Holstead wins it. Goes to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes wide. It's Fuson. As still a big graphic covering the screen. Does finally go away. I can now tell you who has the ball. It's Ombi. Ombi for City. Ombi yanked down as that, and he's holding at the leg, or more of his heel, but still, you don't want to see that, as he just came on and he missed all of last year with the leg injury suffered against the one Knoxville. So he was not happy about that one. So it was Karifa Yao, who's now going to go in the books, as that is the 3rd yellow card issued against Rhode Island. As the training staff on to check on Ombi, as we hope he's okay. Really don't want to have to use a substitution for a sub, really. Still working on Ombi. A few Rhode Island players just coming over to get themselves a drink. Karifa Yao seems like he's coming over. He apologizes. Ombi seems like he accepts his apology. He just knows it's all in the game. So now after the yellow card, Ombi will not have to go off. However, still play will be restarted with a free kick. As it's going to be Davila to take the free kick. There's only one, and that's Taylor on the field now. So he goes to Adams. Adams and Davila just work it real quick. Adams now goes wide. It's to Jones. Jones looks upfield, goes to Tosh. Tosh can't keep it in. Rhode Island gets play restarted here with the throw. Sanchez. Heavy touch there by Bacara. Vegas. Now back to Bacara. And this one off Sanchez, and will be a Louisville City throw. Still trying to figure out how we are going to have the desk set up. I think might get moved into the other room. Not 100% certain yet. We'll figure that out, though. As Tosh heads this one down, McCabe gets it clear. Ombi, he's taken out again. No call. Baccara, he goes to Harivo. Harivo finds space, and it's to Atkinson. Oh, Atkinson takes that one off the face. Few face shots here in these past few minutes. McCabe gives a little shove in the back. Harivo, Williams, and an easy save there for Danny. As I think that might be the first shot on target in the second half for Rhode Island. Ball picked up and goes to Davila. Davila looks for an option. He goes wide to Serrano. To Ombi. Flag comes up. Wondering if the flag would come up on them when he looked offsides and on the first look. So play restarted. Vegas goes to Karifa Yao. It's Baccara. Baccara switches field, goes to Mbika. Mbika to Rodriguez. Maxi just goes backwards. It's to Mbika. Mbika looks to move past the byline. It's Holstead now with it. Holstead wide to Dwayne Atkinson. No one near him. It's Baccara. It's Atkinson here. He goes inward to Mbika. Mbika looks like he just lifted his foot too high up on that one, and ball rolls under it. They keep possession, though. It's Mbika. He goes to Fuson. And now it's back to Karifa Yao. Yao, crossfield to Baccara. Baccara. It's Dwayne Atkinson and Holstead. Tackled away, though, by Davila. To the back line. Karifa Yao goes to Fuson. Fuson with acres of space. Still looking. Crosses. First one there is Josh Jones. As Harivo pulls down Brian Ombi. Now another substitution here. As it's Joseph Brito coming on along with Grant Stoneman. As the man who's booked Karifa Yao comes off for Stoneman. And Brito comes on for Zachary Harivo. So now, in the 77th minute, Rhode Island still looking to find the equalizer. Danny Fuentes to restart play on the free kick. And this one over most everyone's head is Mbika down. Looks like Ombi might have gotten his elbow up there a little bit. Mbika says, no, I'm fine. But referee does stop it, as it looked like it was to the face, and that's a head injury, so he has to come off. It just gets himself a little drink of water. He'll be coming back on here shortly. As sure some of the games around the league are starting to wrap up. As going to get this refreshed. And the 97th minute, Sacramento now leads 2-0. Hartford does beat Miami 1-0, and Charleston does beat Indy 2-1. At halftime, San Antonio and New Mexico are still tied. Tulsa is now beating Birmingham 1-0 as Sanchez, pause for a moment. He goes backwards, crossed in. Fuson's there, but Dia beats him there. Holstead, Williams. It's cleared away initially. Holstead's there. Caught back in. And this one is cleared away. It's Atkinson on it. They still are looking for that leveler. Back heel by Atkinson. No foul on that. And McFadden just clears this one out for a throw-in. And the other game is Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay tied 0-0. Hartford and El Paso. That game has been suspended. It's in El Paso, so I'm guessing there's some weather there. I don't know what the weather's like in El Paso right now. Louisville City looking to break here. And Davila can't get enough on that one to get it wide to Ray Serrano. Stoneman. Sanchez. Sanchez works it inwardly. It's now to Grant Stoneman. He's going to try and feed this one long over the top to find Sanchez, but can't. Going to be a throw in here for Louisville City. Aiden McFadden to take the throw in. Rhode Island gets the ball back. It's Noah Fuson on it. Fuson has space, getting closed out here by Ray Serrano. He now goes inwardly to Stoneman. Stoneman goes to Mbika. It looks like they've started to transition into more of a back three, as it's Bakura to Sanchez. He goes to Atkinson, who finds Sanchez in space, who again loses his footing, and now it's cleared away. As far as Mbika, and now as far back as Stoneman. Stoneman goes to Vegas. Vegas just one touches it to Clay Holstead. Still trying to work it out wide. It's Atkinson. They are trying to get something going on this far side. Backwards to Maxi Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes to Stoneman. Stoneman. He's now given it Burrito. Stoneman. Mbika, he now has given it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to find JJ, only finds Taylor Davila. He goes to McCabe. Davila being closed out. McCabe just gets it away. Stoneman tries to go to Fuson, but plays it too far behind him. Out for a throw in here. And no one in a hurry, as we have subs coming. As Mateo Ndongo as this is his Rhode Island debut. Here at places Clay Holstead. I thought it was his debut for Ndongo. Recently signed as Niall McCabe's day is done. Braden Days, the academy kid, he's now on the field. It's a defender, midfielder. I don't know how they're really trying to play him now. As last week they had him as a midfielder. And McCabe comes off holding kind of at his groin. Hopefully everything's okay there. But Braden Day's now on. And it will be a throw in here for Louisville City to restart play. And tries to go quickly and long, but doesn't. Now does, and that's not a good throw in by Dia. And this one goes out. Rhode Island throw. Stoneman goes backwards. It's Mbika. Mbika now to Baraka. And Baraka goes back over to Stoneman. Looking long. He goes long. It's to Fuson, who can't settle it. They say it's in, though. Crossed in. Jones clears it away as far as Serrano and Stoneman. Serrano tries to just leave that one, and this one gathered in by Fernandez. A scary moment there. I think the initial ball there to Noah Fuson rolled past the touchline. As now Ombi took another little shot, but stays on his feet this time. As Louisville City still leading this one in the dying embers. It's the 84th minute, 1-0. Ombi Long. He has it. Looking. Doesn't play it. Now does. It's to Davila. Davila. Hard challenge there. Keeps it though. Now backwards it's to Dia. Dia goes back to Davila. Davila. Dia. Closed out. And now backwards it's to Josh Jones. And play has now been stopped for Aiden McFadden. I did not see any indication of what happened. Maybe just like coming together. Is it? No. That's somebody I'd love to bring on right now, and it looks like he will be coming on. Number 53, Cameron Lancaster. I wonder who he'll be coming on for. Maybe Aiden with him getting hurt right here. As Aiden does get up. Looks like he might have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. Trying to figure that out right now. Hoping maybe the broadcast shows a replay. As we cross the 85th minute mark. Almost crossed the 85th minute mark into the 86th. And looks like McFadden will be good to continue. Obviously, we'll have to go off for a moment. As it is Aiden coming off for Cam. Alright. That's what I thought was going to happen with him being hurt. So, a dangerous goal scorer, especially for Louisville City, back in the lineup. As it's a bunch of the OGs, in my opinion, with Ombi out there. Niall is still out there. Or no, he's not out there anymore. He was just subbed off. My mistake. But Ombi, McCabe, Tosh, Lancaster, a bunch of the... I call them the day one guys because they were there whenever I really started following the team. But obviously some of them aren't as tenured as others. As Tosh takes the throw in and goes out once again. This one should be in the area of a Josh Jones throw. As Tosh still has it. Gonna take it. And this one's gonna be out for a corner kick now. Alrighty, so another corner kick, and it's gonna be... It's like Davila heading over to take this one. 2 men coming short. And it's Serrano and Cam. And it is to Cam. And Cam just protecting the ball. Has 3 Rhode Island defenders. And they finally touch it out for a throw. Good ball defense there from Cam. As now they still will be Tosh taking the throw. So I'm guessing they have decided that they can't really get the long throw going here. Or maybe they want Jones more back for defense. As Rhode Island get this ball away, it's to Fuson. Fuson, he now works inwardly. To Maxi Rodriguez. Rodriguez now has given it up to Brito. Brito wide to Atkinson. They have been trying to work up this left wing here more recently. He goes in, it's to Stoneman. And now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tipped over, headed down by Adams. And Obi is going to get there. Stays in. Thought that one might have trickled out for a throw-in. It's Connor Smith trying to get this Rhode Island team across the line and get an equalizer here. So we are almost into the 90th minute in the 89th here as Ombi touching JJ, and that has to be his yellow. And it finally is after his 5th tackle and foul against a Louisville City player as the whole bench got up and was ready to charge him. And this came from behind, nothing but Ombi's shins. And yeah, that one could have had the possibility of being red. Came around, got nothing but the legs. Studs were exposed, but just a yellow. I think he should have been booked a while ago. You can't let a guy have 5 fouls before you book him. That's just going to let players think, okay, well, I haven't fouled a guy at all. I can have a few. And this one, it's still with Rhode Island. Now it's back with the City. Dia wide and long. It's to Lancaster. Just battling for possession and rolls out. And somehow that's Rhode Island's throw. I disagree with that call. As it's going to be Sanchez. He goes inwardly. As just about 30 seconds until we reach stoppage time, it's Fuson. Fuson looking for a late equalizer. This one is out, and it should be a goal kick, and it is. As Danny Fuentes is going to at least get into stoppage time before we get this one. So we get a replay of it. Let's have a look. I think there's a debate for that one to be a corner kick, but a goal kick is the verdict. As we have 7 minutes of stoppage time. So this game is far from over. As Lancaster headed down, it's to Ombi. Fuson, and now coming together, Lancaster, and it looks like it's Baccarat. And Baccarat is the one who gets booked in this, as it's a free kick for Louisville City. And that's going to irk the Rhode Island fans, as that's just more time off the clock. So get a second look at this one. It was a good battle for the ball. And Baccarat just holds him and throws him down. That one is a call that you can't argue. As I think the emotions are starting to get to Rhode Island, down 3-1 now on aggregate score, if that was a thing in the league. And technically they haven't scored a goal against us all year, as it was a own goal that we allowed, as nobody there for Ndongo's through ball. Fuentes boots this one upfield. Ombi, he keeps it in, but it's only going to find Noah Fuson. And he did not keep this one in. It's hard to see the byline with it being so close to the ad boards on the near side. I couldn't tell until I saw the referee's flag. Serrano just boots this one forward. And now back to Coque Vegas. 5 minutes left in this one. Coque just dribbling this one up, wanting people to go forward. Finally gets him forward. And it's Jones, but it's booted away. And Cam trying to get there, but can't. Back to Vegas. And back. Rhode Island with it. It's Sanchez. Looks like Brito with it. There's 5 minutes still. About 4.5 minutes to play in this one. Fuson crosses, and Days gets this one away. It's Mbika. Back to Fuson. Fuson tries to find Ndongo. Adams tackles this one away. Dia gets there for the second ball, and it's a Louisville City throw. As we now cross the 93rd minute mark, 4 minutes in this one to play. And it's like they're trying to just get this ball forward. Headed down, it's by Stoneman. This one, Days and Tosh both there. And Jansen Wilson's going to get to this ball first. City can attack. It's to Days. Braden Days. And Days tries to get past the man, but it's out for a throw in here. Still, let's see, is it going to be Tosh or Jones? It's going to be Tosh. So I'm guessing they wanted to keep at least Adams and Jones back on defense. Or Jones just knows that he can't quite get the long throws like he normally does here. And Cam keeping this one in. And it's a Louisville City throw. Still in the attacking end. Tosh to take. Goes to the corner. It's Cam again. And now this one is going to be a corner kick. And Sanchez can't believe that one. He was ready to give it to Koke. There's no hurry here from Davila. Cam is there, but he is going to be the man in the corner trying to just hold possession. Referee, the AR holding him back as they are. Serrano's the man that's going to take it. It's going to be Cam to hold it in the middle. Him and Serrano are both there. It's Dwayne Atkinson gets it away. And this one trying to go to Fuson. And Dia gets there first, though, on the ball played upward. It's Ndongo. Rhode Island throw too far up. Referee does give it back, though. It's to Stoneman. 2 minutes to play in this one. Koke Vegas. He boots this one forward. And this one headed down. Serrano pushed down. And that's Baccarat. He's already on a yellow. He could get sent off, but he's not. Just a firm warning on this one. Yeah, 2 hands on the back. Once Serrano felt those, he hit the deck immediately. So now 30 seconds have gone our way. A minute and 90 seconds left in this one at a minimum. I've had a few stoppages since we entered stoppage time. Danny boots this one and like he shanked that one big time. Goes straight away out of play. It'll be a Rhode Island throw. Sanchez goes to Mbika. Mbika gives it to Vegas. And he now gives it to Stoneman. Goes forward. It's now down. Still free. Dia clears it away. As far as Stoneman and Lancaster. And Lancaster hits the deck. And Stoneman called for the foul. As Davila took it quickly. I think he realized if I take this quickly, it'll be called back. So now just more time that'll be wasted away. It's the dark arts of the game, and you gotta love them. So now just 20 or about 15 seconds left in this one before the final whistle will be blown. As this might have been the best chance, as Ndongo just try to settle it, but I think on that one you got to try and score it. Headed forward. And down we have crossed the 97th minute. We are into the 98th now. Just waiting for the whistle. Koke. And he blows full time. Louisville City have now clinched a home game in the playoffs. It's a 1-0 finish in this one. And Louisville City have clinched the home playoff, like I said, and they do the double against Rhode Island. So that now puts them on 54 points. Let's see. I'm going to try and get a live table. Don't imagine that they'll have it immediately. Actually, I was asked to say hi to Hayden Ray. Hi, Hayden. How are you? I do hate the delay, yes. I'm trying to get a live table pulled up here. As no fireworks after the game, which is great to see. As Sanchez and McFadden, they had a good battle all game long. As I look at the live table, Indy 11 still. I was told to say hi to Hayden Ray. Not you, Dad. But the boys in purple now have a 4-point gap on Charleston, or maintain that 4-point gap as Charleston were victorious against Indy. As Loudon have been suspended, they currently are in third. North Carolina, they played yesterday, and I want to say that they won. They did not. They lost 2-1 to Lexington. Hartford have now jumped up to 5th, jumping. They jumped Detroit because they won and because they had the better goal differential. And rounding out Pittsburgh, they haven't played this today either. Guess this is a bye week for them, or do they play tomorrow? They play tomorrow against Oakland. And rounding out the playoffs, it is Indy 11. So right now, it would be Lipa round 3 in the opening round of the playoffs. And then Charleston versus Pittsburgh in Charleston. Loudon would host Detroit, and North Carolina would host Hartford. In the West, which this one is wide open right now. Granted, Tulsa are running away with first in this one. They have the 1-goal advantage over the Birmingham Legion, sitting on 45 points. They would currently be hosting Orange County, as they are they lost to Detroit City. They sit in 8th place. Sacramento currently in 2nd place after their win against Tampa Bay Rowdies. They would be hosting New Mexico United. El Paso, they currently would be hosting Phoenix Rising, and San Antonio would currently be hosting Lexington. As it's been a great night of action. Going to get a few final stats pulled up on this one. As looking at it, somehow the expected goals in favor of Rhode Island, as they had a .44 expected goals, and Louisville City only a .11. Do feel like it was probably a bunch of the second half. They were all over it, as 8 shots, only the 1 on target for Rhode Island, and 4 shots, the 1 on target for Louisville City. And then looking at the possession, still was Rhode Island who wins that battle 57-42. And Rhode Island completed almost 500 passes in this game, 364 for Louisville City. As no yellow cards to any Louisville City players. The 5, though, issued to Ibarra, Holstead, Karifa Yao, Baccarat, and J.J. Williams are the only yellow cards in this one. Like I said last time, not 100% certain quite when the next time I'll get to do a live stream like this is. I am hoping later this month. I should hopefully be able to do it would be the Detroit City game. I'm hoping that would be next time I get a chance to do one. As next week it is a game against Pittsburgh Riverhounds on the road, as I'll be busy that weekend. I know, I want it to stay purple, but it keeps changing for some reason. I've got to figure out quite how to get it to stay the one color, because sometimes it'll stay one color, but it won't be purple. But yeah, so next week it is Pittsburgh. However, I'm busy next weekend, and then Las Vegas at home. But that one I will also be busy. So the next opportunity will be the game against Detroit. And then it's then it's Indy 11 at home. I'm hoping to be at that one. And then Miami at home. Orange County, that one is a road match. Maybe I can do one for this one as well. However, that is a late kickoff. That one is on the West Coast, 10 o'clock kickoff. Then we wrap up the season at home against Hartford, as that's going to be all from me. It's been a fun night. A little over 3 hours this time, is primarily due to the delay. But I hope everyone enjoyed, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to put them in the comments, and I hope to see you all next time, and I will see ya. Peace.